Hello, I want to welcome everyone to a quick overview of a excellent resource for those who work in history and social studies. All right, so this excellent source is called Docs Teach, right? And it's a source that's given to us by the National Archives and by the National Archives Foundation. And this resource gives us direct primary and secondary sources, right? And it allows us to connect to different ways that we can utilize these, but also do a lot more, right? So develop some interactive material that can help us understand specific eras in history, right? So let's get into it, right? So let's start off with what is a primary source, right? So this is going to be a this particular lesson focuses primarily on primary sources, right? So what is a primary source? A primary source is a source that comes from a particular historical period, right, that comes from someone who directly lived in that period, right, and as living in that period, they developed some type of written document that is then now privy to us as modern day historians and social studies folks, right. So let's take a quick look at this resource here. So we're going to go ahead and click on home, right. So click on home, right. And this takes us to this area here, right? So we can go ahead and go down here and you click on Explore. Right, when you click on Explore, it says Primary Source Documents, right? So this is a great resource, right? You can type in a search here, right? You can type in anything from American history, right? And let's just go ahead and take a look at maybe, let's talk about World War II. Right, now, we hit the search button. And when something comes, what we'll see is we'll see a collection of different ways that it will be sorted. So relevance, title, date, and popularity, right? And so you see right now we have a lot of documents, right? So there's a total of 1,400 documents. That is a lot, right? So what we can do is try to refine it to particular periods in time, right? So let's go ahead and check out this resource. It's pretty cool. Right now, you can go ahead and look at revolutions and a nation, expansion and reform, civil war and reconstruction, right? Important periods in American history. Right, so let's go ahead and click on World War II again, and let's hit search now. All right, so we're going to see now that we have the same documents, right? Now let's go ahead and select it by popularity. All right. Now we can see some sources that are more popular, right? Let's say you want to click on one of these sources and hey, I feel like this is going to be something you can utilize in your course. So if you click on the source, there's a few interesting things, right? So first and foremost, you have the document here, right? You can zoom in, you have the zoom capabilities, right? So you can see a higher resolution and see the actual text instead of trying to analyze it with your own magnifying glass, right? The marvels of technology, right? And what we can also do is star it, right? We can save it and we can add it to, let's say we want to add a folder, right? So we'll add a folder, we'll name it later, right? We can add this to a collection of folders that we are going to use for a particular lesson plan. All right, now, let's say we already have this here, right? So yeah, let's add it to this other folder that we had created earlier. All right, and now you can see something else, right? So we have the transcripts. We have these other elements here, right? So what we're going to do now is we're going to go back up to the main menu, and we're going to go ahead and look at activities. Right now, what we see here is these are a variety of different activities, right, that can be used in a lesson plan. All right, now, for example, let's go ahead and click on post-war United States. All right, so we can see a collection of documents that have been identified, right? And also we can see that there has been a activity set up for it, right? So we can start the activity, and we just take a quick little gander at this. All right, so you can see that with this activity, what they did is they highlighted particular areas, right? And they did so that we can look at the document more closely, right, and try to see something else. I can uncover the other writing that is also on this paper. So that's a pretty cool activity. Right now, we also have activity tools. Right, so with activity tools, what you can actually do is you can take a particular document and develop a way of spotlighting it, zooming it, comparing and contrasting, and you can select an item and then develop a resource, right, for a lesson plan later. Right, so you can outline your learning objectives, you can create a zoom or crop activities, right, and once you actually have this set up and ready to go, then you can easily add this to an entire plan, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So let's say we go to popular topics. All right, so let's go with American Indians. Native Americans. Right, now we go here. We can see that these are all since this is a popular topic in 9 through grades 9 through 12 history, social studies. We can see that there are a selection of different documents here that you can utilize, right? So you have primary sources, treaties, removal policies, reservations, right? These are going to be great for deep reading, right? Long reading, and a better analysis of certain primary source documentation that will give us insight into the lived experiences of the people in those particular situations, right? Now, and also reflect on these elements as a historian, right? So we can also look at particular activities, right? And these activities are completed, right? They are complete activities that you can use in a lesson plan, right? And we can go ahead and start activity, right? Read through the instructions, right? So if this is your first time using this website, you can go and read through the instructions to make sure that you are knowledge on the parameters of this particular activity. And this happens to be a discussion, right? So these are two important historical documents, right? And it's an analysis of these documents. And what we do is we're going to prompt discussion questions, right, for students. Right now, this is an excellent activity, but there is some limitations, right? The limitations are that it only covers American history, right? It does not cover world history. So there are some certain elements that it will not cover. But if you take a look here at some of these activities, right, they're very thorough, right? They have the who was created by. We have the historical era. We have the historical analysis and interpretation. We have the level of analysis in terms of where it lies in Bloom's taxonomy, which for every educator is essential, right? And we also have the grade level, right? So this is a very great resource for instructors to use, right? And I hope you will be utilizing it. And good luck. Happy teaching.